Hello everyone and welcome back to some more Tranquil Minecraft. You will notice I am not in my village. My village is way up that way, up that trail. This is the second village I found. And I am slowly going to turn it into a kind of a mushroom town village instead of this more standard, just villager plains village. I already upgraded the town slightly with a fence and with these gate marker areas, but I like building stuff and making things different, so I am going to be showing today how to make mushroom houses. And if you have a diamond pickaxe or any kind of silk touch tool, that will greatly help your process, but it's not actually required. It'll just make building a lot easier. You can make these things without it, but definitely better to do it with a silk touch item. Alright, so on the whole inside, the mushrooms have this cool texture that looks kind of like a very toned down wallpaper, or just part of a mushroom. And it makes for a great interior color. You can really just do a lot with it. You can use different wood colors. You can, put everything on the walls like normal. And at the bottom of this mushroom, I have like a little grass area with more mushrooms growing. Just some cool little touches here and there. And so there's two ways to get in this one. It has, outside the town, it has a back porch that the villagers can't get out of. But yeah, it's pretty simple little house. And then if we run over to the other side of the village, and all the way. By the way, the next house I'm going to be working on is this one. I'm going to destroy this too wide house and make it into a mushroom thing. There is this house, which is kind of like a little L-shaped thing. It's basically 3 mushrooms all joined together. And yes, they were grown right in those locations, and then I basically added all the steps and stuff. And you can do all kinds of fun stuff with the interiors on these ones too. So, lots of cool stuff. And so yeah, I'm just using regular oak wood. This is actually really easy to do material-wise. You just need mushrooms, the regular oak wood stuff, and a lot of bone meal. I have a bunch of other items, but it's because decoration purposes. A lot of dyes and flowers and stuff, but mainly you will need just mushroom stuff. Get rid of all this stuff I don't really think I'll be needing right now. And I'm going to need a lot of dirt. So you will need a lot of dirt to initiate the growing process, which, if you didn't know, you can't just place mushrooms. I'm trying to place it on grass and it won't place. So there's a trick to getting this whole construction process started. I'll start that as soon as I can do it as I get rid of this house, actually. Alright, so let's just take out this bed and these other things I won't be needing. And I'm just going to take out this whole house because I'm not going to use any of it. I've seen my share of, standard townhouses. I even kept the original designs for a lot of townhouses in my snow village, but I just don't feel the need to do it here. These ones can all go. It's just going to take me some time to deconstruct all of these and then reconstruct the mushroom things. Okay, so back to this large roof thing. You need to make a roof to block the sunlight so the mushrooms can actually go on the ground. And it doesn't have to be dirt, of course. It can be whatever you want. But there does have to be some kind of overhead blocking thing that you can also use to control the height of your mushroom. And as this house goes away, that roof will get put in place. Real question is how far... I'm trying to figure out where to position this house. Because I mostly grow it in place of where it is. I don't really try to move anything around. Fun grown house idea. Alright, so... I could just do this for now. So mushrooms are 5 wide, so you'll need at least 5 wide to go like this. But I think this house is going to go much further back as well. Or it could, I don't know, I haven't decided. Let's just start with the first 2 mushrooms and then I'll see how much space that takes up and how I want it to look from there. Okay, so we're about ready to start. Let me stand directly where this house edge is going to be and put down a mushroom. And now they work there. So I know the edge of this house, the mushroom is going to grow out here. And so one wall is going to go here, directly under this dirt part. And another wall here, so that the front of the house is one away from the, basically the main road here. So let's go ahead and grow this one. And I don't think there's anything blocking it, it's just kind of random. It should have plenty of room to grow. There we go. And it got the height I wanted. And so now I usually, because I know I'm going to be joining it this way, I usually just go in and take out this wall. If you don't have silk touch for this part, you're just going to get some mushrooms back and that's fine. Oh, and you don't need the stock. I never really keep that for anything. And be careful, because if you use an axe on it, it goes real fast. And so I'm thinking I'm going to keep that double door entrance. So the next mushroom, oh, I need to make the roof longer here. It's going to come over. Let's see. If the edge of this one's here, that's where the next mushroom needs to be. Or the stem of it, the center of it will be there. So I need the roof to come out to here, which is only one more. Okay. So now I can get rid of this, put this down, and grow the second mushroom. Come on. You will go through a lot of bone meal doing this. There we go. And it's grown directly under the dirt, like I thought. And I'm going to remove these walls. Get rid of the stems. And we kind of have the front foot of the house here. I'll show you kind of some things I do to get it started. Doors. I need more doors. Get these. Oh. So to make it look like it's still kind of got a mushroom shape to it, or a mushroom stem, I like to get these steps at a certain angle, so they go up like that. And it just helps the overall effect of the house keep or maintain a mushroom look, even though it's becoming a functional villager house. And then same with on top. I just think it looks better to use steps up here instead of using solid blocks and keeping the line all the way across, because it shows more of the mushroom if you do this. But those are just my design choices. You can do whatever you want. Don't have to use wood or anything. I just think it helps. Okay, and this house has a lot of space behind it. And if I do it like this, we'll just get a look for what the interior would be. It's going to be a pretty small interior, so if this is the whole house right here. So I'm not really going to go with that. I want it to have something more. Something coming off the back here. I don't know if I want to do like another L or just a whole nother 2 mushrooms back here. I think, what if I just did 1 mushroom in the middle? Would that look too weird? It might. It would work better if that was a single door, huh? And I could do a center thing. No, I'll just make it a big 4 mushroom thing. Which, of course, is going to take even more dirt, but that's fine. I bring lots of dirt for that exact reason. And so we are going to need this to come out. 1, 2. So do I want to break these walls or have it grow right into them? That's the question. If I break these walls, then I just need 3, 4 out here, and then I can bring it back. Oop. You know what? Because there's a double thing there, I actually think I'm going to bring this out 1 more. For some reason, this particular village is lagging my computer. Alright, so I'm going to do... Oh, that's not what I wanted. Yeah, I'm going to be doing it here. And that does mean I need to have this go out further. The reason I'm doing this is because I'm going to be breaking this wall and the wall here, so I can do more wood as a feature element. Because too much red, well, too much of anything is not good. Honestly, this church is too much cobble. That's why one of the reasons I'm going to blow up that church and redo it in a little while. I don't know if that'll be in this video, but too much of any one material is usually not a good idea. It's better to mix your materials, have a primary color and then a trim color, and sometimes 2 trim colors. So a better example of a house, of course, is this one down here that my cursor's on. It has the primary cobble, and then it has the roof, which is light brown, and then the dark brown trim with torches. So, and then you got the thrown in kind of mossy cobble in there, which helps it look less uniform. Goodness. Alright, I am just wasting time falling all over the place with this. I'm going to go up here and finish the top of it now that I know what the dimensions are going to be. And if you saw my last video on building something, not the one before this, but I think the one before that, I don't make plans. I just start building stuff and see how it goes. It bothers some people. I've played on many multiplayer servers, and it's difficult to do joint builds with someone who doesn't make plans. Just something to know. If you plan on playing with others, they might want you to have a plan in mind when you start building these things, but single player games, it doesn't matter. Okay, so this one will go here. Hopefully I brought enough bone meal. There's no reason it shouldn't grow directly next to that, I think. But since I know this wall's not going to be here anyway, I can just take it out now. And you can use these walls later if you're still touching them, but you'll see it's not... I'm not going to be replacing any of those walls right away. Is this... Just make sure those aren't blocking anything. Come on. I didn't bring enough bone meal for you to be stubborn. There we go. And I'll take out this wall. And this one. So I'm just keeping the outer edges here. And then this is a 2 wide gap that I will fill partly with wood and windows. Okay, and this one should grow without any issue. Hopefully 16 bone meal is enough. Oh, third try. Very nice. Okay. And if I ever get low on mushrooms, I can just use the axe and blow these things apart and I get a bunch of mushrooms from it. Because I don't need to have stacks and stacks of this stuff. Alright, let me break these ones without an axe. Blow the roof off my thing with an accidental axe click. Okay, and so the outline of the house is completed. It's well, it's definitely not the most interesting shaped house. It's a giant square, but it'll work. It will look good with all of it, all the things surrounding it. Get one step going this way, and then carry it over. Okay. Oh, I still have plenty of dirt. I can just fill this in a bit. I just want the footing of this house to be on the ground. And that should do it. Oh, I got lots of steps. Thank goodness. And all of these sides here are going to be, I'll show you, there'll be windows. Oh, it's going to be hard to do that. This is where flying in creative mode does come in handy. Angle placement for blocks, like steps. See, I have to do a block or two over here so I can get this one in place the right way. And that's good. Okay. So the base outline is good. Get this and this going up. And then the windows are going to go right in between those. So that should look nice. Do the same thing on this side. So yeah, this is kind of a boring house in terms of, you know, just shape and all that, but it's an example house, and it'll have a very nice large interior here for decorating and bedding for villagers and stuff. More wood. And I could mix up the floor a little bit since it's such a big floor space, but I don't really need to. Get these in the right place and then break this. Alright, and do I have windows? 4 windows, that's not enough. Got plenty more here. Okay, so we're almost done with the main part. So if you don't have Silk Touch, so you don't have any of these blocks, the red mushroom blocks, the best solution is going to be, in my opinion, to just fill it in with wood up here to complete the roof. But if you do have Silk Touch and you've been grabbing these, then you can easily just use mushroom blocks to do the roof. And you may think, well, then I have these weird red lines going through your roof. But that doesn't have to keep, or you don't have to keep it that way. Oop. As you can see, if you place mushroom blocks and then you break them again, the mushroom kind of look comes back to the middle. So to get rid of all the red on the interiors that you don't want, you just add mushrooms and then Silk Touch to get rid of it again. So it doesn't take very long. And then your whole interior can be the same kind of colorization, which I like. Makes for more even lighting. Unless you want to have the red on the inside. I mean, I have a little bit of red on the inside of one of my other houses. I just don't want it on the inside for this one right now. And I can always add it back later. If you want to have, like, I don't know, a red stripe somewhere. Like, let's just say I want this wall to be a stripe of red for whatever reason. Oh. I can just do that. But then if I want to cover it back up, you just do this, and it's good. So, very flexible. Silk Touch makes it super easy to not mess up your build. And, oh, I have a bed on me. That's useful to know. And I really don't know what I'm going to do with the interior on this one yet. Probably something symmetrical, given the layout. But let's see how this thing looks without the dirt over the top of it, because that is part of the construction process, but getting rid of it is pretty quick. Alright, yeah, so that giant square looks kind of like a, you know, nice easy mushroom. There's this one, L shape, and then that one, which is a weird shape, but there's the back porch on it. It actually looks better from outside the town with the wooden porch on it, but yeah, so that's basically how you do it. And next thing I'll be doing, do we want to do the church next to make a, like a 3 tall mushroom thing? I might do that. And get rid of that massive cobblestone eyesore. At least it's better than the churches they used to do. The original churches for NPC towns were quite hideous. These ones with the new steps and the mixed in mossy cobblestone are a lot better than the old versions. Alright, put these fences back up real quick. And I can worry about the interior later. You're welcome to do whatever you want. Oh, and if you have these steps going, then the fences will not actually connect, but it functionally doesn't matter. You still can't jump over them. It just visually doesn't work like that. Alright, and then that one has torches there and there, so I might as well do that. Just, even though I have the top torches. I can figure out later if I really need to do like a torch on the roof. I would just prefer not to. Okay, so church maybe. I did want to try a fireplace model, which was going to go over here to replace this house. Because this one I think has the blast furnace with the fireplace thingy, and so I wanted to do a cobble fireplace there and make it a taller house. Alright, moving ahead on Mushroom Town. I went ahead and took out the church thing, but left kind of its footprint so I can see generally what I want to do with it later. And I took out the blast furnace, little blacksmith house over here. And I'm going to ignore what it looked like before because I'm going to do something pretty different with it. Get Get some more materials. Alright. And let's just start building it over here. So, first thing is the ground needs to change a bit. I don't want to use up too much dirt because I need it for making the roof, but I also need this to be a little bit more level to start, so I can at least make some mushroom stuff here. Alright, so alright, so unlike my previous designs, I'm actually going to make this one a bit less symmetrical in certain ways. So I'm going to have a mushroom here and here, kind of offset from each other, and just you know, kind of see how it works. I can connect them in various ways. Oh, don't go stand over there, Golem. Go stand somewhere else. Move. I wonder if these are interfering with it. Really, you just got to clear everything. Okay, so that one's good. Definitely need a window or some kind of feature on this side. It's looking very plain. But I like that it's not all, you know, symmetrical like the other ones. I'm actually wondering if I should drop it down right here. Make like a larger window on this side. I'll try that. It looks, from the outside, it looks like it's needing something like that. I don't know what that's going to look like on the interior yet, but like I said, I'll worry about that when I get there. So this is what I mean. Clear that up and do a large window here. Oh, so this last window, what I have to do before I put the window in is do this to get the right color inside. There we go. Yeah, so that'll look a lot better from the outside. Okay, well then I have to drop the rest of it. This could use like a back porch or something. That wouldn't be bad. Just figure out how to do it. Oh, I love these two window things, but a door back here would also be nice. Allow villagers to come out here. Or maybe they could exit out this way to a porch and leave those two windows as they are. I could do? I could turn this into a pond. That would be pretty cool. Yeah, I think this becoming a pond would be an excellent choice. Maybe it needs to come out one more. And these went here. Slab, slab, and this. Okay. Alright, so we have the deck with the blacksmith house going over here. Got the large house, well, the large square house over there. And then right next to it I'm going to have the church, which will be very tall. We'll be building that next. Alrighty, we're back, and, well, you guys never went anywhere. So I've made some changes to this mushroom house. Added the little pond outside with some fun axolotls swimming around in it. Did the whole porch thing. I've also, when I did the pond over here, I went ahead and added a waterfall feature coming from a indoor aquarium. So there are fish in this aquarium, and I think the overall look of it is better this way anyhow. The house is a little less symmetrical, just looks a little better overall. And I did some interior work. Oh, I also took out the church and left its footprint so I can see what I want to do in terms of building that. Did a little bit of decoration around the town, not much. Did the inside of this house, which is now kind of a blue theme with some like aquatic picture frame stuff. And then there's, you know, sea plants and kelp and stuff growing in there with the fish. So, all good things. I'm going to be growing this house next. You see I have the little shelter thing over the top of where it's going to be. I don't think I did anything different in this house since. It's got a red feature wall because that was kind of empty. It's pretty much the same. Let me go ahead and sleep to clear this weather, because showing the whole town in dark rain isn't going to be great. Okay. And I finished off the inside of this place. So I've got kind of a red look going. I kept these blocks, the stone blocks, because they kind of go with the whole furnace and all that stuff. But yeah, so the two builds I started with this video are now done. And now I'm going to continue on with this one. Just start here. Oh, that's right, I need to... So this one's going to be my ground level, so I need to make sure this one is lower. with some lovely movie magic. The top of the church, or the covering for the mushrooms, is up top there. I believe that is one spot. Maybe. Should be. Oh, no, I think it's one over this way. Yeah. And then over here, it's that way. 3, 3. I suppose that's where I wanted it. Might need to move these gates and stuff, but I can deal with that in a minute. Let me make sure this one is where I wanted it to be. There it is. Okay. So, we do have the correct layout that I was looking for. One thing I don't have is I want to control the height on the back one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright. I suppose I could have just dug that down. Alright. Shoot. You know what? I'm going to temporarily control the height on all of them, just so I make sure I don't get these huge mushrooms to start with. So we're just going to do this, and that should do it for all of them. And now we just need to start the base. Get rid of that. Come on. Has room to grow. Goodness. I don't see that one. No problem on that one. Get rid of this wall. And move on to this one. Okay. And I'm still not keeping this wall. Okay. And this one's surely not further back. Okay. And I need to take out these walls. And this should still work like that. If I have enough bone meal. There it is. Okay, so that is the base of the church. Or the new church, I should say. We'll get rid of this for now. It's just not needed. And yeah. So, the front door will obviously be here. I can at least start the front outline in the inside. Okay. So without Silk Touch, you can manage to make perfectly joined large structures like this. Just going way, way up as high as you want. It is about controlling the height, though. If I don't put that dirt block or something else to block the growth, you can get, instead of the 1 stem high out of the bottom, you get the 2 to 3. I think you can even go 4 stems high. So you get these really huge mushrooms that are not the height that connects to the rest of it. So just be aware of that. I definitely think it'll be a nice viewing area, and it's a much needed replacement to the cobble thing, although right now it doesn't look much better than the cobblestone thing because it's just one giant red thing and needs to be fixed. I think to make it look more solid, I'm gonna run the mushrooms up the back here, though. I wonder if I should actually make it come out a little bit. I'll figure that out. While I was fiddling around with things, though, I actually came back to this house that I had supposedly finished, but I actually did not. So you see I added a third like stand mushroom here to enclose the staircase, because I wasn't super happy with the way it was just kind of hanging out on the side. I did windows and all that stuff all around. Got the torches on the side. This area here is still very dark because it needs to be. Go ahead and look at the interior of this one is now. Alright, so I did a loom and fletching table, so just so I can get those villagers going. It's a mushroom growing place, so tons of mushrooms there, and tons of more mushrooms up here. And out here is just kind of like a nice balcony thing. So yeah, no beds in this house. This is not a... Well, it just wasn't a great design for beds. I'll put different bed houses down that are smaller. And speaking of a smaller house, I wanted to show one. Just because there's a super small mushroom house design that I haven't done yet. I've been too focused on all these bigger ones. Alright, I am just finishing up on this, decommissioning this house here. So this was a smaller version of house, out on the edge of the town. One of the last few remaining original houses. I'm not saving any of the original houses for historic value or anything. They're all gonna go. Okay, so now we figure out exactly where we want this new house. And this is actually the easiest mushroom house to grow. Maybe I should have started the video with this one, but you know, very simple 5x5 roof that is 6 high. I'm just gonna fall down, get rid of that, get this ready. And then hopefully these villagers will move. If not, they can just be trapped. Will we trap a villager? Oh, yes we will. Okay, so this is going to be the entire house, because we don't really need much more. Oh, was it the right distance from there? That's good. And then I'm going to do the stairs the usual way. And of course, you don't have to follow my exact template on all this stuff. You're welcome to do whatever you want. But the inside of these little houses only has 9 blocks. So that is, it's like one of the super small villager houses that you find spawning normally. And you can just do whatever on the inside to decorate it. I actually like to blow out all 3 windows, similar to a spawning village house again. 2, 3. Just do a torch above the door like usual. Single door there. And the house is already almost finished. So this one, you can build them quick. And yeah, so that is the house. Probably just throw some, some torches on it wherever you think is appropriate. And I built it in a location where I can just throw some fences on the side here. Well, I'll leave that open so the guy can come back in, and it'll be closed off, so there will be no way to get through that fence once it's closed, keeping them inside. And yeah, I wonder if it actually looks better not to do that. Just gonna have these on the side. Maybe facing this way. Alright, and so, oh, important step I missed. Okay. Coming up here and removing the roof. The dirt roof. So there's lots of ways to get views of the town in survival mode, but usually just a dirt tower straight up is one of the best. I think it's looking good. Just a few things I can add to it here and there, but it's almost done. Of course, this house is going to go, and I think I'm just going to do another small house right where that is, just because it's already got two big houses on either side. It's not going to need to stay to be so large like that. Alrighty, I have just taken out the final house from the original town here. Gonna make a small in that location. Villagers always leave that door open. It's strange. But I have added some stuff to the old church. You'll see it has some of the old cobblestone from the original church, making a smokestack feature on this side. And yeah, everything about the church part of it is kind of gone. So the inside, still mostly empty. I added this back. That was in the original building. This was not. This is a smoker job block for the villagers. It has a small balcony out here. The balcony I was planning up there kind of got rid of because, you know, gotta have a chimney, and then the ladder goes straight up to the top. And so this is a much better viewing area than I had planned before. Just get up here, and you can see it makes a very nice viewing section for the rest of the village. Although it doesn't help that it's raining all of a sudden. Anyways, yeah, so that's about all I'm going to do at the church in terms of the exterior and all that. So yeah, another prime example of how my plans constantly change and my builds change with it. But I think it worked out. I'll do the interior here in a bit. I just need to think about it. I'm almost definitely going to do a bed in this space. I'll look at this from the outside just a little bit more. It has some very strange angles to it. I definitely changed this side a whole lot. What started out as a perfectly symmetrical build ended up being very asymmetrical. I don't know how that happened. It just kind of happened. Anyways, yeah. So that is the tallest building in the town. And you saw how I did the mushrooms going straight up on that part and all that, so that's all good and done. I'll just run around this way. The axolotls over there. Really needs to be nighttime so I can sleep this weather off. Okay, and the little house, I'm going to put a little house over here just because I don't feel like this town needs a whole lot more large houses or population or anything like that. So I'm going to try to keep it in the gate mostly. Make an outline on the ground first today. That's not right. Okay. So then I'll just put the torch where the mushroom's going to end up being. And we should be good. So up 6 as always. Over to this one. Going over 5. Over another 5. And this whole process, as I've said, is completely necessary to being able to place a mushroom on the ground. I don't have a mushroom on me. There's plenty right here. Get the bone meal. I should have everything I need to finish this house except for... I'll just take a white bed. I think I got everything else. I'll take a lantern. Lanterns. That there, and growing the final house. Not going to need that. Let's see how quickly I can make this last house completed. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Honestly, the whole offhand shield slot is still somewhat foreign to me, if you haven't noticed. I almost never use it. I played this game for quite a while before they introduced the whole shield slot, so that whole thing is just different for me. I have used shields, I've just never gotten used to them. And the base is done, the inside's done, and with 3 windows I will be finished. I think that was about 3 minutes, maybe. It's a pretty easy house. Oh wait, it does need torches on the outside. Ah, well, it's not done because I still have a giant dirt thing over the top of it. And I need to add the fences back so monsters don't come walking in. We'll just do that. Okay. That should keep all the monsters out. Keep everything where I want it. Gosh, it's still not nighttime, huh? Okay, so that house is done. I think it's a much better little nook house than the huge thing that was there before. So is that the last thing I want to do? Come over here real quick. Just take a quick look around of the town. And with some movie magic, the town is done. So, changed quite a few things. Put mushrooms around the outside of the town, just to kind of give the effect that it's like a mushroom valley thing. Looks a little bit more natural than just having the town only as mushrooms. Added a few trees, a few hedges, just some little stuff like that. Details here and there. Now, could I do more with this town? Definitely. I'll just go like this for now. There's people who, you know, they really take it to the next level and they do all the little buttons on the ground and more ground texture changes and just all kinds of stuff to really detail it out. I don't really feel that that's necessary. I'm just going to do a quick walkthrough on the town. So this is now completed as well. The interior here, I have like the butcher's area, kind of like a storage area over here. Did the downstairs. Finally put a bed over there with like a interior thing. And so we have the leather worker and alchemist in this corner. Get through this door. I've gone through some of these houses already. I'll just go through them all real quick again. This one with the flowers and all that stuff. Back porch out here. All keeping the villagers inside. Just noticed I have something left over here. A block to try to get back in. And even on the small houses, there's little things you can do. You can just, add little touches of things. Decorate it a little bit. Hedges are very easy to make. The whole town actually is quite easy to decorate the way I did it. There's not a lot of fancy items involved. Like item frames, it's pretty easy to come by. I think one of the most complicated things I did was really the aquarium. That took things from, multiple biomes to make the aquarium happen. But otherwise, a lot of this stuff can just be made pretty quickly, especially the houses themselves. Just go look out here real quick. Oh, and all the enter and exit points to my town have hedges going on them. So there's a north, south, east, west entrances and exits, so 4 of them. Got the waterfall here, the lovely axolotls going through it. Just little things, some bushes, mushrooms, things that make it look like these features should have been here the whole time, even though this was just all empty field before. More hedges. Oh, and monsters still can't come in this way, even though they can step on top of the hedges. This house I didn't change much from the last time. Still has, I added a grindstone, but otherwise it's pretty much the same. Porch on this one to the water. Small house over here, which I just did. Added a little bit of yellow to it. That's about it. It's like a functional mushroom growing house here. Porch on the top of it there. It's already been seen. Nothing crazy. Different mushroom types down there. I don't have a brown mushroom. I was going to put one in there. Maybe later. Oh, and there's like little bench things around the town now. Hedges and bench areas. Oh, and I changed the fountain, so it's more like a bench thing going around it. Let's see, so there's this area as well. Benches going to kind of a street light thing. And this house, oh yes, all pink. My kids love this house, of course. I have 2 little girls and they think this is their favorite house. Why wouldn't it be, right? Alright, so yeah, I think that's everything in the town. Not very big. I don't really need it to be a huge city. I've seen people take NPC towns and make them very city-like. It's just not something I really need to do. This is just more for fun, for decoration. I've traded with some of the farmers here, but for the most part I'm not really going to use this town a lot. It's just here to, look cool, like most things in Minecraft. Just one more thing. Advice on building in general. As you could see from the church that was supposed to be shaped like a church, and a lot of the other builds I did in this video, you can't just build something perfectly the first time. I mean, you can, some people do it, but it's very rare. There's many ways to say it, but people get like, writer's block, or, they can't think of anything to build or whatever. You really just have to start building something, because you're not going to make a huge mushroom town just boom out of nowhere. I messed up on this building especially many times. The whole stairway going up I changed a few times going over. And that goes for most of the buildings that were not just these little one-off things. They changed and, kind of evolved with how the landscape was and everything around it. So you just got to get started building. The worst thing you can do when you're trying to build is go into creative mode and have a super flat world and then just look at it and do nothing. You just got to start putting blocks down and build whatever comes to mind. And if it looks awful, you just, destroy it and try something else. Or maybe as you're building, you look around or see how it looks and change it, and maybe it'll look better, and you just got to keep improving it. So building like this, it doesn't happen immediately. It usually takes a good bit of time, experimentation, and all that good stuff. That is all the Tranquil Minecraft for today. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave them. Otherwise, hope you enjoyed the video. See you next time.